Well, you've said that you can relate to the character you play on Weight. Her name's
Yes,
Claire, for those who don't know, because of your own issues with body image.
sure.
So, has that been a big issue for you throughout your career?
It never was until I moved to California.
Hmm.
Until I lived in, when I was on As the World Turns, when I started, nobody cared what you looked like. It was about your acting ability. You know, it was like,
Which is
trust.
what it should be.
Yes, but we weren't Young and the Restless. We were As the World Turns, and we were at the
Hmm.
farm. You know,
Right.
it was a whole different style. So until I went to California, I didn't know that I was over. First of all, I wasn't overweight. It was just like I was 110 pounds or something. I don't know what I was,
Right.
but I never even thought about it.
Hmm.
So, and then when I came back to the show in '93, still never thought about it. It never was an issue. I gained a lot of weight when I was pregnant. I gained a lot of weight when I was pregnant. Didn't care, ate whatever I wanted.
Yeah.
As far as like, I wasn't going to be like, oh, I'm on a diet when I'm pregnant. I'm not that person.
Right.
But then I had to lose it. You know, I think that, and each time I did it, but it's just always it's always something. It's always
Hmm.
there. And for weight, I actually went on a very strict diet for the show and lost 15 pounds for the show.
Wow.
Um, yeah, it wasn't fun. I hated every second of it. I hated
Right.
every second of
Well,
it.
dieting is not fun, so.
No, and I think for the character, I really wanted to feel that thing of that I really wanted to understand what it felt like to live like that.
Hmm.
You know, in my business, that's the majority of how most actresses live. I mean, they live that lifestyle, which is
Hmm.
lots of exercise, a low calorie diet. Um, that's their life, and my life is 90% real life and
Hmm.
10% acting, not the other
Right.
way around anymore. So I don't have to. I don't. But then I get a job and I have to go. Okay, you know, I got to get myself together. I exercise every day, but I don't. I love to eat, so it's I'd never say I have had issues with it because I've never when I'm more it's more of a discipline thing with me than it is a physical thing. It's like, oh, I don't feel like it. I don't want to, you know. But then I'm like, all right, but I got to, and I got to do it, and
Hmm.
only because I want to feel a certain way or
Right.
look a certain way. I'm at the point now when you're in your 40s and I'm
Hmm.
not on a soap opera. I'm not in that world. I'm an actress who gets jobs,
Yeah.
and I have to decide as the actress what I want to look like for that job,
Yeah.
which is wonderful. That's great, you know. Um, and I so that's kind of how I live right now because most of the time I'm really not doing anything other than being a mom and being at
Right.
home and being a wife and that's my life. And my
Mhm.
acting is very minor part of my world now. So it's not a constant thing.
Yeah.
Um, but I was fortunate enough that I didn't grow up. Thank God I didn't grow up on a show where it was like, you need to drop some weight. What? Like I never heard that ever,
That's
ever,
really
ever. I mean, there
good.
were comments. Sometimes you get comments from like a certain wardrobe department people or something, or like, you know, it's like, but I had my head on straight, so it
Right.
didn't affect me. But
Right.
I saw other women have that issue where the comments would hurt them and cause them to lose too much weight.
Right. When they didn't need to lose weight to begin with anyway.
Yeah,
So,
it's like, but they're fragile to begin with when you're an actress.
right.
You're fragile. So
Yeah.
for me, I was like, I'll do what I'm going to do. I'm like, I can't, you know, I have to feel comfortable with myself. If I
Hmm.
don't, and I always said this, if I don't feel comfortable where I am, then I'll do something about it. It's not
Hmm.
somebody else's job to tell me what, you know, what I need to look like for this role, etc. But that's very rare. I was just very confident in my own self that
Hmm.
I could do that.
That's really good because I mean, when you were what 15 when you started
Right.
on As the World Turns, so an impressionable age. So,
Very. And I was wearing bathing suits on the show, and I was as pale as a ghost and chubby and all of those things. But no one ever said that I was chubby, and no one ever
yeah.
made a comment, or no wardrobe person said, you know, I never had that, you know, that
Yeah.
that
That's
person when I was a kid. As I got older, I did have those experiences, um, but I was more aware of it when I was older because I
yeah.
saw around me what was going on, and
Right.
that's just part of this whole silly business that it's so there's so much of that, and that's why I think you see a lot of insecurity and a
Yeah.
lot of trouble when it comes to people's psyche and their uh,
Hmm.
confidence, and But
Well, and it seems to be worse for women too than men, so
100%.
that adds a whole other layer to it.
Men have it easy no matter what. I'm sorry. I
Yeah,
mean, it takes me an hour to get ready to go out. My husband 10 minutes, and he still
right.
looks hot and good. And yeah, it's just the way it is. And then on a soap, like we have all the nice clothes and or sometimes the gowns and we have a lot more work to do in general. It's head to
Right.
toe. It's more
Everything is, yeah.
everything. It's all discussed.
Like
Everything's
like
discussed.
life style like Barbies or something.
We have a lot to discuss. There's hair to discuss. There's makeup to discuss. There's colors. There's all kinds of things that need to be discussed.
Yeah.
And again, there's nothing to complain about. It's a great,
Yeah.
you just have to keep it in check. You have to keep it in check about what's important and what's not, and
Hmm.
be comfortable in your own skin, whatever that means. It's
Yeah.
different for everybody.
Yeah.